I can't remember what chapter debt is, but
Yeah, no, I've actually went straight to it. So, guys, this is Geoff Shaw's actual book. Again, accounting background, former MP. He's not just some guy on the street that actually wrote a book. Knows what he's talking about. Now, this is about Dan Andrews' Unmasked. Every chapter starts with a D with regards to the Dan Andrews theme. And in the debt, chapter 15, Debt and Dollars chapter, he has two quotes. One from a favourite of mine, Thomas Sowell. But the first one's from American libertarian journalist and political satirist P.J. O'Rourke. It's a popular delusion that the government wastes vast amounts of money through inefficiency and sloth. Enormous effort and elaborate planning are required to waste this much money. And this one from Thomas Sowell, economist and historian in America. The real goal should be to reduce government spending rather than balanced budgets achieved by rising tax rates to cover ever-rising spending.
That has never been said in Parliament before by the Labor Party. Really, to reduce spending, what? Why? When we can tax you more. We can throw on maybe a death tax. We could throw on all these. A great one here that they had in Victoria. If we change if we rezone your area from rural to, say, residential, you as a landowner have got a big win. We want half of that now. We want half of that now. If you keep it, that's fine. But we want half of that now.
It's nuts. And this is, guys, this is brilliant. You really got to check this particular book out. Is this on Amazon?
I didn't go Amazon. You can get it at danandrewsunmasked.com.au.
Okay, please, because there's an excellent...
I just bought it.
There's some...
I literally just bought it right there. I just bought it right now.
Yeah, Chris.
Oh, did you get it from Amazon?
No, I do it from your site.
Oh, from my site.
How much...
Cool, I was going to give you one, but...
Nah, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Good work should be rewarded, and I bought it.
No, it's brilliant. Just reading in chapter 15, they've got some phenomenal headlines. It goes through the budget 2022, but more interestingly, for someone like me, and we've talked about this before a couple of years ago, I was saying I need to upskill my knowledge on economics and everything. How to turn a AAA credit rating into a AA rating.
You don't need much education for that, though, Joel.
Yeah.
You just spend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get the feeling if I read this book, I'll have a better education than most ministers.
I would say so, yes.
Right.
Because most of them are brought up through the union.
Yeah.
Some of them through council, but a lot of them through the union. And they, when I was in Parliament, only one of the opposition had a business, and she was a director of her husband's business. All right, so she wasn't. It was just there when there used to be $2 companies and maybe too lazy to go to a $1 company. One on the Labor side in business.
Specifically on pay rises, if I may mention. So, again, you might be like, Joel, let's play devil's advocate. $5,600, it's tough. The government's leading the way. There's a cost of living crisis. Victoria was the most locked down state in the world. Hang on a sec. Everything is about context. And this is why this book is important, and because the internet's being censored, whereas this is forever. Dan Andrews has a history of giving a lot of pay rises. For example, almost a 10% increase in public service wages were given in May 2021. And the public service has grown by over 18,700 people in 2021 in the Victoria Public Service. Guys, what is it, like the biggest growing sector in the
I think it certainly is. And one thing I say to people is the government, they suck resources out of human resources. Because if you can get $180,000 flicking a sign for a government build, why
would you produce something?
Yeah. Or if you're even a barista or something like that, which we have a lot of in Melbourne, why would you be getting $50,000 a year? Let's go do it 3 times that much and flick a sign. So they suck resources out, and they're doing this big build. So they're sucking tradies out of the economy. So if you and I want our lights done or something like that, all of a sudden it's going to cost us 1.5, 2 times what it was the year before, because they're getting paid that on government jobs.
So they're sucking out the human capital,
yes,
the financial capital
by spending, yes,
right, and then also on the and then reducing incentives through taxation.
Yes,
if you have a higher tax bill, you have a lower incentive to produce. And then they're rewarding one of the sectors that was not harmed during the lockdown. I'm pretty sure the public sector got paid during the lockdown. The businesses that got destroyed, you know, I'm pretty sure that the government got to work from home or got paid.
Yeah, correct. Because they were essential workers.
So where is the correct compassion should be delivered to?
Yep.
I think I've said this before on the show. I think we need to build a wall, you know, across the border of New South Wales and Victoria.
Maybe.
I mean,
Would you let me in though? I'd like to be able to.
there's a closing window. Look, the way, look, it'll be New South Wales Welshman building wall, so it'll go a lot quicker than Victoria. No, but look, seriously, like because we look at what's going on in America with regards to, you know, the purpling of Texas due to a lot of people from California moving across. It's like, you need to leave those ideas there, guys. You need to leave those ideas there, because what's happening is this will translate into it's a factory of these bad ideas around the country.
Yes, it is.
And you know that because you see it happening with California. California and Victoria have got a lot in common. You know, their leaders are relatively charismatic when it comes to dealing with the press's questions. And yeah, honestly, the number one question I was asked about Dan Andrews in the pandemic, everyone said it. And it's not like they were talking to each other. They'd say, how is he still alive?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you saying? What are you saying? You know?
Well, people said that to me as well. But
what do they mean by that? Can someone, I'm naive, can someone please explain it to me? Like, I don't know what
with
they
all the
mean.
pain that he was causing people,
Yeah.
why didn't someone take him out is what they're basically saying.
That makes sense. But the idea that, because I was looking, my phone is a walking documentary of what happened to Victoria. But the idea that people wished death upon the guy, like, they never said that about Gladys. And it's not, she didn't do nothing. She did targeted lockdowns of southwest Sydney, which targeted the ethnic people in Sydney. Like, it wasn't nothing. But they called her this word and that word, the C word, the B word. But they never said that. But with him, people in New South Wales and around the country and in Victoria said, I just don't know how he's still alive. And it's like, what do you mean?
They voted him back in, though.
They did
right?
vote him back
Which
in,
is like Stockholm syndrome to the max.
It was crazy. So it was only a few people that was actually saying that, because you're right. He got voted back in, not with less people either, by the way.
Yeah,
Not with less seats.
inexplicable.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. And that's thanks to, you know, partly the preference whisperer, Glenn Drury, who is a funny guy. Moving to another former